What's up, everybody? TonyPizzaGuy here, back again with another video, and this is so stupid, but I feel like I need to talk about this because this seems to be an ongoing issue, and I've seen a lot of this going on Twitter, and I kind of need to address this now. This is a rumor that's been going on for, I guess, for a week so, maybe more. I'm not sure how this all works out in the long scheme of things, but I'll tell you my version of it, what I think is going on with this, and it's just my take, my hot take about all of this, okay? So let me start at the core, because somehow this actually got started. I don't know where this came from, but it got started that some WWE 2K creators were blackballed from events because they criticized the WWE games. And that I don't think is the case. Now, let me tell you my version of the story, what I think. I don't work for 2K. I'm not paid by 2K. I wish. And I don't have, any stake here to defend 2K or to bash 2K here. Neither one is the case. What I will say, in my personal experience, is WWE games and 2K have always been cool to me. They've always wanted my opinion on the games. I've always been straight with them. I've said what I've thought. I've said good and bad stuff. We actually had a creator summit like a year ago where we got to go and talk about all the good things and the bad things of the WWE games and what we liked and disliked. And we shot it all out there and we told them, this is what we think. And that's what they wanted to hear. And I was also told in the past, and this is just my personal experience, I don't know if it's changed now, but I was told in the past that, what if I say something negative about the game? Are you going to get mad at me? And they said, no, if we didn't want you to talk about the game, we wouldn't invite you out here. And that was from people that worked on the games and people that worked at 2K. And anytime I've worked with a developer and I've worked with a game company, they can tell my heart and my passion going into it. Even with Supercard, when I go out to Cat Daddy Studios and I talk to those guys, I tell them exactly what I like, what I dislike, what I would like to see changed in the game. And I tell them that because I'm so passionate about these games. And that's where I'm coming from. It's not from a place of hate where it's like, this game sucks. No, it's like, this is what's wrong and this is what I would do if I was to fix it. And I think they embrace that. I think they like that type of criticism. And it's not just blind criticism, because none of the people that I know, any creators that I've been with, don't just say this game sucks. They'll be like, this is what I don't like about it. Here's what I would like to see. And these are the changes that I would make if I was making the game. So definitely that is something that they are taking into account here when we're talking to them. So it's not just one of those things where we're bashing the game and we're saying, yeah, this game sucks. No, I'm like, well, this is what I don't like. This is what I would like to see. Whether they listen or they don't, that's up to them. But I don't think there's ever been a point where they've ever said to me, Tony, you can't make a video on this. Tony, how come you're saying this? Tony, how come this is going? They've never once done that. When I've said, what's up with the Switch version of WWE 2K19? They've been like, yeah. And that's it. That's it. They don't say, how dare you make that video? Delete it right now. Because they know. They know that I come from a place of like, this is what I think. This is what I would do different. And it's not like, you suck. Don't make games anymore. That's not how this goes down. So that's the main case and point here that I am saying is, from my personal experience, anytime that I've ever criticized the games or I've ever said anything, they've taken that and they've said, okay. And they've listened. And whether it's because, I have a relationship with them from years and years and years, or they just really do take criticism well, they continue to invite me to these events. Now, there's this rumor going around that some creators were not invited because of criticism they made, because we had the Aberdeen, Washington event where we got to look at the Daniel Bryan showcase mode, and some creators were not invited to that event. And now, because those creators were not invited to the event, the big rumor that's been going on is, oh, well, he had to have said something that made 2K mad. He had to say something that made them mad, and he got blacklisted and he's not invited. Yeah, I heard a rumor that he was blacklisted and not invited. Oh, well, he must have been in trouble because he should have been invited. He's one of my favorite content creators. And that's the thing. That's not the case. Now, I don't know how they decide who goes to what events and how people get invited. but I will say that they have a marketing strategy on the way that they release their content. There was IGN people, there was GameSpot people, there was journalists there. They had people from Up, Up, Down, Down there. So there's a wider range of people. And then they had the content creators like me. There's a wider range of people that are there, and they have a certain strategy that they want, and they have a way that they want to put this content out to people. The way I see it is they had a budget, and they had a certain number of YouTube content creators that they wanted to come to this Aberdeen, Washington event. I was just one of those lucky people that got chosen to come out to the Aberdeen, Washington event. Now, I'm not saying that I should have been invited. I'm not saying that my content's better than anyone else's, that my channel's the best in all the world and I should have been invited over anybody. I'm not the one to choose that, okay? I don't decide who goes and who doesn't. It's up to 2K. It's up to whatever their marketing strategy is there. Because I've been playing the games for years, I've been working with 2K, I've been working with Supercard people, and I've been working with the WWE Games people for years and years and years. I think that's why I'm one of those people that got chosen to go out there and check out the stuff in Aberdeen, Washington. Now, because some creators weren't invited, I don't think that was a straight up, oh, well, this guy, we don't like that guy anymore. I don't think that's the case at all. I feel like they have a certain strategy. They invited IGN and GameSpot, so they had to have those news websites, the gaming news websites. They invited those. They invited Up, Up, Down, Down, because that's like a WWE umbrella. They had some WWE people there. And then they invited the YouTubers and, some other people, because that's their marketing strategy. Back in the day, they invited some NBA 2K players to come out and check out the game. And they were never invited since then. Is it because they hate those creators? No, that's not the case at all. The thing is, at the time, they were trying a different marketing strategy and they wanted to invite a wider range of people. They felt, well, these NBA people play 2K. They like sports games, so maybe they can do some WWE stuff. So that's why they got invited that year. And then the year after that, they didn't get invited. And I don't know if they do think about inviting those NBA people again, but at the current time, that was the strategy that they had for their marketing. And they take different approaches with their marketing strategy. As you can see this year, usually what we get is a roster reveal around this time. We get a 2K SummerSlam event where we get to go to SummerSlam and there's a huge event. We had one with Seth Rollins. We had one with Brock Lesnar. There's just a whole huge event. That's not going on this year. Instead, we went out to Aberdeen, Washington, and we got to talk to Daniel Bryan and talk about showcase mode. So this year, they're not doing that event. And that's just a different marketing strategy that they're taking with this. And you can think of the way that like any game is made. They lay out a plan at the beginning of the year. This is our marketing strategy. This is what events we want to do. This is how we want to sell the game. This is the people that we want to cover the game. And this is what we want to do. So I don't think there's any vindictive stuff going on there. Any people that are blacklisted from this. I think it's just a case of there's been a lot of Twitter twatter, a lot of keyboard warriors out there that are saying this is the case, when I don't think that's the case at all. I think that you should take everything with a grain of salt. When you read anything on the internet, don't believe everything you read. I do think that because some people didn't get invited and they have a core fan base, then those people speak up and say, well, you just hate him. He's a bad person. That's not the case. I think that, yes, people that weren't invited probably should have been invited. I don't get to choose who gets invited. I wish that they were invited, but that's not the case. And, going on in the future, maybe they'll be invited to future events. Maybe they won't. Maybe I won't be invited to future events. I remember back in the day, I think it was 2K14. All my friends got invited. Tubby, Pulse, Smalls. There's a bunch of people that got invited to these events. I wasn't one of them. And I was kind of like, what did I do? Why did I not get invited? And it's just the way it is, Sometimes you get invited, sometimes you don't. And it's just a case of they just decided to the people that they wanted to be there. And that's just the case. So maybe, in the future, I won't be invited to events. Maybe I will, but that's just the thing. We are passionate about these games. We criticize them. We tell the developers what we would like to see. And I don't think there's any harsh feelings here, because we've never once just come out and said, yeah, your game sucks. This is awful. How could you do this? It's like, hey, this is what I don't like about the game. This is what I would like to see change. Can we maybe get that to happen? And sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. And that's just about it. I mean, you think about some of the changes that they've done. We've wanted backstage brawling, free roaming in the game. That's in the game. We wanted like a challenge mode in the game, and that's actually in a game this year with towers. So, I mean, I just wanted to put that down there. I don't know what 2K thinks, how they work, what the inside of 2K is. I'm not employed by 2K. I don't get paid by 2K. I don't know how it all works on their end, but the way that I see it is that we say what we want. We come with our criticism, and then they either take it and use it, or they just kind of listen to it and they bear it, because that's kind of how it works. So I don't think anybody's been blacklisted because of what's going on and how they've said bad things about the game. I don't think that's the case at all. I just think they had a budget. They invited the media they wanted, the YouTubers, and the gaming websites they wanted. They probably had a certain allotted spaces. All right, we need to have 5 of these people, 3 of these people, and 2 of these people, and that's our budget. That's what we got for this. And that's all I think it was. I don't think it was vindictive. I think they, if somebody didn't get invited, somebody was going to get mad. And I just think that was the case there. It's just, they had a set amount that they could go here, and that's what they went with. And I don't think it's vindictive at all, and I don't think it's because they hate him. I think, in future events, when there's bigger events, I feel like we're going to get more, but this was more like a smaller, tightly knit event. I think when we're getting more like, all right, here's a general look at the game, here's a big, broad, big everything. I think they're going to have like a lot of those people that you like, and the people that want to cover those games will be there. But again, I'm just going to end it here and get rid of all those rumors that are saying this guy's blacklisted because he said something negative. I've said just almost about as much as anybody else about what I don't like and do like about the game. But I think they know that. I think they know that we're honest. And I think that my opinion, they appreciate the feedback. Because if we didn't give them the feedback, they wouldn't know what direction to really take with this game. You can take all the personal interest in this game, but if the community doesn't like it, if the people that are creating content and their fans come in and they don't give you that feedback, how are you ever going to know? So I think that's where I'm going to end today's video. I think that those rumors just need to stop. I don't think anyone's blacklisted. If somebody did get blacklisted and I don't know about it, well then that's how it is, and I'm sorry for that happening, but I don't think that's the case. I think there's a budget and a marketing strategy, and that's how it all played out. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you guys do like this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we'll be back with more videos on WWE 2K19 and just all kinds of videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.